Yo, what is going on, guys? It's the Communist Frog, or Sam here, and today I have kind of a weird topic, I guess. Well, anyways, so I might as well start at the beginning. For class this year, because I'm a freshman in high school, for our English exam grade, we have to give a speech on a persuasive topic, which pretty much means we have to persuade our class through a speech to want to do something and give a bunch of good reasons why we should do it. And I figured I have kind of a strange idea, I guess, but I figured I'd make a video about it because I actually think it would be a good thing to implement into most high schools. So pretty much my topic is that every high school should make it a requirement that they all students need to take a swimming class before they graduate. And you may the first thing you're thinking is probably that's a stupid idea. But if you think about it, if every single kid coming out of high school knows how to swim relatively well, then that's gonna reduce the drownings in our nation and almost all around the world by a large percentage, because I had to do some research for my speech, and pretty much the statistics are that I'm not really sure who did the statistics. I think it was Harvard or something. But anyways, that 67% of the drownings that occur have been people who had absolutely no experience swimming and didn't know anything about swimming. So if we could reduce the drownings by 67%, that would be an extremely large number of people whose lives are saved, I guess. And I was thinking about it, and because there's at my high school, you either have to take gym or aquatics, and 90% of the people take gym. But since I'm a swimmer, I decided to take aquatics, and it was actually a really fun class because we got to play games and do all this random stuff like underwater hockey. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like you have a snorkel and fins and stuff, and you play with these really small hockey sticks that are maybe a foot long, and you have this 3-pound hockey puck, and you have to hit it around, and you have to come up for breaths and stuff. So it's kind of tactic based. But anyways, so if the thing about the swim class is a large percentage of the people just stayed on the side, and because they pretend they had fake illnesses that didn't let them swim, and every single one of them failed the class. So I was thinking, if it was a requirement, then that's just what people would do. Only a few people would actually swim who pretty much cared about their grades, I guess. So I was thinking of trying to figure out how you would fix that problem, and I realized you just have to make it a requirement that everybody pass the class, because if everybody has to pass it, they're gonna have to swim at least 75% of the time. So that's gonna at least get them a really 75% of the teaching, which is enough to teach them basic swimming. So it would still get the point across, I guess. And then I had to come up with 3 arguments for my speech. So the second one, I think, was something about how fitness and stuff, because swimming is, if you didn't know this already, it's one of the best sports that's good for cross training, because it works almost every muscle in your body, but it has no stress impact stress related injuries, because you're not actually hitting anything, I guess. The only thing you're hitting is pushing off of the wall, which doesn't really cause impact stress related sort of things. So it's really good if you're a runner, because it helps you still build muscles and endurance without getting the from hitting injuries from hitting the ground with your feet and stuff when you're running. And it's just a really easy way to keep fit, because it builds your breath holding, all that sort of stuff. So it's just really good for your fitness. And then I think my third argument for why it's a good idea is because it's helps you to learn how to save people, because in our aquatics class we talked a little bit about how to save a drowning victim without putting yourself in danger of getting pulled under or pulled into the water. So that's a really good thing to know, because most people don't actually know the correct way to save someone. they'll just like get in the water and swim out to them and try and help them. So I found that was like really helpful. And I was thinking, and if you know how to do basic life-saving skills and you can swim relatively well, then it'd be super easy to get a job as a lifeguard. And you may not be like near any large bodies of water, but no matter what town you live in, pretty much, there's going to be at least one pool or lake or pond or whatever that people swim in, so they're going to need lifeguards. And if you can get a job as a lifeguard, it's a great summer job or even winter job because it pays you money and you don't really have to do that much. You just have to take a lifeguard certification class and you just have to, I guess, watch like the pool, and it doesn't require like tons of work. You just have to pretty much just stay in one spot. So it's not that hard of a job, and you can get paid for it. So it's like just a really good job for high school and college kids. So, and then like the other thing about the speech we had to do was a counter argument, and that's, if you don't know what a counter argument is, you pretty much bring up like the two main topics of like what someone arguing against you would say, and then you disprove them during the speech. So I used like the thing I said about earlier with people just staying on the side, and then also I talked about what would happen to mentally and physically disabled children at the high school. So I pretty much realized that if you're too physically disabled to actually get in the water and swim, like you can't get out of a wheelchair, because you don't even have to be able to walk to swim. So if you can't even swim, then you're probably not going to be in environments where you would like be at risk of drowning. And so those people will just not have to take the class because they would get a special pass. Like if they would, like I guess they would be evaluated to see if they're able to swim or not. And then the mentally disabled kids, we had two of those in our class, like our Aquatics class, and they learned to swim just fine. They were a little bit behind the rest of the class, but they still learned basic swimming, and by the end, I think they could swim an entire length, so that was pretty good. But I guess that's pretty much all for this video. It is getting a little bit long, because I'm trying to keep these under 8 minutes. So, anyways, I thank you all for watching. It'd be great if you could leave me a like, or even subscribe, and stay classy, my friends.